We used to talk till the break of dawn on a corded phone with the static on. You laugh so soft like a summer breeze, and I'd fall again with such quiet ease. You painted dreams in your midnight tone, and I built my world from your every moan. Even when miles drew our hands apart, your voice stayed close, wrapped around my heart. There were love songs in the silence, there was fire in every sigh. Every pause was filled with meaning, like the stars across the sky. Whispers on a wire, burning like a choir of all the things we felt but never said. Every word inspired hearts that never tired, even when the nights turned cold and bled. We were whispers on a wire, hanging by a thread. You'd hum along to our favorite song, some Fleetwood Mac or Elton John. I'd close my eyes and I'd feel you near. That faded line, your soul was clear. You swore you'd wait through the longest fall, said love like ours don't end at all. But time moves fast and hearts grow thin. Still I dial your name in the wind. We were pages in a story that the world forgot to read, but I keep each word beside me for the days I feel that need. Whispers on a wire, echoed like a fire through the shadows of a love we knew. Every breath inspired, every wound grew wider, but I'd still pick up and talk to you. We were whispers on a wire, still alive and true. Oh, the static fades, but your echo stays in every melody the jukebox plays. I never moved on, I just moved around, waiting for your voice, your sweet lost sound. The tape wore thin, the number's gone, but I swear I hear you when I'm alone. On an old landline in a dream last night, you said I still love you, hold on tight. Whispers on a wire, hearts that won't retire, though the years have dulled the flame we lit. Still that spark's inspired, still that soul's required. Even in the hush you still transmit. We are whispers on a wire. We met under gray September skies. Umbrellas clashed, but you caught my eyes. You smiled like the clouds didn't matter at all. And I swear that moment I started to fall. Your coat was soaked, but you didn't care. We shared one laugh in the cool wet air. You said love's not found, it finds its way. And from that day I begged it to stay. We danced through puddles like we were 10. Didn't care if we got drenched again. Every drop was a note in a song that's played in my heart all along. Echoes through the rain, calling out your name. Even when you're gone, it doesn't fade. Your touch remains in this soft refrain of a love the storm could never take. Even time can't drain the echoes through the rain. We moved too fast, but we held on tight, like candles fighting against the night. You taught me love wasn't always loud. Sometimes it's hidden beneath the clouds. There were letters written in nights alone, midnight calls from a payphone. You'd say close your eyes, I'm right there, and I'd breathe you in like summer air. We weathered silence, we fought through storms, found warmth in every little form. Even when tears fell like the sky, you'd hold my hand and never ask why. Echoes through the rain, soft but never vain. You loved me when I couldn't love myself. Still the skies complain, but I feel no pain, 'cause your love became my living spell. And through every strain I hear echoes through the rain. Now the streets are dry, the seasons change, but something in me still feels the same. When thunder rolls or lightning cries, I hear your voice behind the skies. You said if love is true, it will remain. Not even distance can explain why I still show up in your dreams, why every storm still makes you sing. Echoes through the rain, still I feel your flame, burning soft beneath this quiet grief. You still remain in each window pane, in every drop that falls on fallen leaves. And I can't explain these echoes through the rain. I walked today past that corner street where laughter and thunder used to meet. And for a second I swear I saw your shadow dance like it once saw mine. Maybe time plays its tricks on fools, but I still live by your quiet rules. To love with grace, to feel with depth, to hold on even when there's nothing left. Echoes through the rain, they still call your name, like whispers traveling across the years. Joy mixed with pain, a love hard to contain, still drenched in hope and laced with tears. the rain. So let the storm fall down again. Let the skies remind me where we've been. You were never just a passing flame. You're my forever in the rain. And as long as clouds still cry above, I'll walk this life in quiet love. 'Cause even after all the pain, I still hear your echoes through the rain. You left a note on the window pane, wrote my name like a soft refrain. I read it once, then once again, like it could change how this would end. The porch light flickered as you turned, a silent goodbye, a lesson learned. But I still stand where shadows play, hoping you'll come back someday. Your scent still clings to the air, like a memory too bold to wear. And though your shoes no longer rest by the door, I still feel blessed. You wrote me they stayed, even after time swept them away. You're gone, but not erased. Your name still holds its place. In letters in the dust, I still believe in us. I found your coat in the second drawer, still smells like rain, like love before. Your favorite song plays soft at night. I leave it on, pretend it's right. I whisper lines you'd always say, like love's not meant to fade away. But all these walls have heard me cry and ask the wind 1,000 whys. I tried to move to let you go, but every road just brings me home to where your ghost and I still live. In every piece I still forgive. You wrote me love in letters in the dust, etched in in sun-flecked fields and open skies, in tearful smiles and long goodbyes. If I could turn the hourglass, I'd freeze the frames that move too fast, but I just breathe and close my eyes and meet you there where no one dies. I lit a candle by the bed where once you'd lay your weary head, and though the flame is small and slight, it warms the silence every night. Sometimes I see you in the haze, through window panes and twilight's glaze. I chase your name through dreams I keep, and wake with tears I didn't mean to weep. They tell me time will mend my bones, but they don't know this house of stones, built by love and carved by pain, still stands beneath the pouring rain. You wrote me love in letters in the dust, in moments soft and dreams robust. Though fate may wipe the slate away, some things the heart will always say. You live in what we were, in every quiet blur, in letters in the dust. Your voice still sings in us. You wrote me love in letters in the dust, fading slow but built on trust. Even as the years drift past, the echoes of your touch still last. You're gone but not replaced. Your soul can't be erased from letters in the dust, from a love that still combusts in every breath, in every gust. You're still my forever, in letters in the dust. I lit a candle by the window frame, same old place where I called your name. The night is long, the hours crawl, but I still hear your footsteps in the hall. The clock keeps ticking, but my heart stands still, caught in the hush that your silence fills. I pour 2 cups, though I sit alone, pretending you're just late coming home. You said love waits, it never runs, it shines the brightest when it's shunned. And so I hold this space for you, like a waltz waiting for its cue. This is the waltz of the wind. dance in the dark. I keep creating, spinning slow through memory's flame, each step whispering your name. I sway alone through this refrain till love comes circling back again. Yes, I'm still waiting in the waltz of the waiting. Your jacket's still on the hallway chair, your scent still clings to the evening air. I play our song on an old cassette. It's crackled now, but I can't forget. I trace the lines where your fingers lay, the notes you wrote that I still replay. I talk to ghosts and dream in sighs, and read your love in starlit skies. They tell me time should help me heal, but time just makes it more surreal. I dance alone, but not by choice. I'm haunted by your missing voice. This is the waltz of the waiting, where every beat is suffocating. Still I twirl through shadows you left. With every breath I feel bereft, but hope won't leave, it stays ingrained in every echo I've retained. Still I'm debating, but never escaping the waltz of the waiting. And maybe someday the door will swing, you'll appear with the fall or spring, and all these nights I cried alone will bloom into a song full grown. Maybe fate just took a pause, and love will come back without a cause. Till then I'll dance beneath the moon, humming the rhythm of our tune. I watch the sunrise through the blinds, wondering where you hide in time. Are you lonely? Are you free? Do you ever dream of me? Your name still trembles on my lips, like trembling hands in trembling grips. But still I move, I spin, I sway, like love might walk through that door someday. This is the waltz of the waiting, the slowest song that's still pulsating through every tear, through every smile. I've danced alone 1,000 miles, but something deep inside remains, a sacred thread that won't be strayed. Still I'm creating, forever replaying this waltz of the waiting. So if you hear this gentle sound, come find me on this sacred ground. I've saved a space, I've saved a beat, for the moment when again we meet. No rush, no time, no grand parading, just hearts colliding in the warmth still quietly swaying to the waltz of the waiting. Found a box beneath the stairs, full of days when you were there. Polaroids in faded light, moments trapped in black and white. There we are by the ocean shore, smiling like we live forevermore. Your eyes held stars, my hand in yours. No one told us love could close its doors. Now I sit in silent rooms where shadows dance and memories bloom. Time can't steal what we became, but it never lets me feel the same. Photographs and reverie, pieces of what used to be. I hold them close like they still breathe, though you're a ghost I cannot see. You'd hum a tune beneath your breath. I swore I'd love you past my death, but promises are thin as thread, and fate rewrote the words we said. Still I return to worn out pages, love locked in emotional cages. Your laugh still echoes in the hall, your coat still hanging on the wall. Play our records late at night. The needle crackles, but it feels right. Your favorite song still makes me cry, a melody that won't say goodbye. I poured my heart into a song, thinking maybe you'd sing along, but you're just silence in the breeze, a name carried in fallen leaves. close and start to pray that a love like ours still finds its way. And maybe when I cease to be, we'll meet again in reverie. Before you came, walking roads without a name. The nights were cold, the sky was bare. I never thought love could find me there. You reached through all my broken parts and lit a fire inside my heart. You didn't ask for much at all, just held me steady through the fall. Now every step I take I feel the warmth you gave that made me heal. You're the sunrise in my chest, the quiet calm when I need rest. I was carried by your light, through the silence, through the night. When I was drowning in my fears, you were the song that reached my ears. You never let me fade away. You found me grayest day, and now I stand because you fight for me. I'm carried by your light. You saw the man I couldn't be. You loved the flaws inside of me. Where others ran, you stayed so true. Built bridges where the cracks broke through. Your voice became my inner guide, a compass when I tried to hide. And now the mirror shows your grace, reflected gently in my face. I used to flinch at every flame, but now I welcome love by name. Because of you I learned to trust, to rise again from ash and dust. I was carried by your light, like a beacon burning bright. You held me close when I was weak, gave power when I couldn't speak. You never questioned all my storms. You faced the dark and kept me warm. No need for wings to take this flight when I'm still carried by your light. Maybe someday life will bend and write another bitter end. But if you're there to hold my hand, then I will always understand that love like this won't disappear. It echoes louder year to year. You gave me strength, you gave me peace. You turned my chaos into ease. I used to walk without a prayer, but now I know you're always there. In every moment I break down, you pull me back from battlegrounds. The world may spin 1,000 ways, but your love holds me firm in place. I breathe you in like morning light and live again because you fight. And every night when shadows call, I know your light won't let me fall. No matter what this life may bring, you are my shield, my everything. I am carried by your light, through the wrongs and through the right, through every loss, through every scar. You've been my north, my guiding star. You never let me break apart. You held the pieces of my heart 'cause I'm carried by your light. Yes, I'm carried by your light. Even when you're out of sight, you're the whisper in my flame, the reason why I'm not the same. And when my story finds its end, I'll smile, knowing I had a friend who loved me past the darkest night, forever carried by your light. So shine on, love, with all your might. I'll always be carried by your light. It's been a year since you walked away, but I still feel you every day. Your coffee cup's still on the shelf. I talk to you like you're yourself. The hallway echoes like before, but now it leads to just a door. No footsteps fall, no laughter calls, just quiet on these empty walls. I tried to fill the space you left, but every sound just felt like theft of something pure, something true that only ever lived in you. The silence wore your name in every whisper, every flame, in empty rooms and midnight air. I found your soul still hanging there. No words to speak, no need to blame, because the silence wore your name. It said the things we never said, in all the quiet tears we shared. Your sweater's folded by the bed, still smells like spring, still warm with red. The pages of your favorite book still hold the place where you last looked. The dog still waits beside the gate, like he believes you're just late. I let him lie beneath the light, as if you'll come home late tonight. And every wind that shakes the pain brings pieces of you back again. I close my eyes to hear the song of where you were and still belong. The silence wore your name, like shadows dancing in a frame, like morning light across your chair. You're everywhere, you're never there. No thunder spoke, no crashing rain, just silence softly spoke your name. It filled the space your voice once claimed, and carved the shape that still remains. I thought goodbye would come with sound, with shouting skies or breaking ground, but all it gave was subtle ache of quiet that refused to break. They say the heart forgets in time, but mine still beats in silent rhyme. Each thump a memory, each sigh a song you left beneath the sky. I write you letters I don't send, just ink that bleeds and never ends. I sing alone where we once danced, a ghostly form of second chance. And when I sleep you visit still, in dreams so deep and calm and still. We never talk, but you just smile and stay with me a little while. I wake and reach, but you're not there, just air that holds your midnight stare. Still I rise and start the day with silence walking all the way. The silence wore your name in every mirror, every flame, in Sunday nights and empty sheets, in songs that bring me to my knees. It tells me that you're not the past, that love like yours was made to last. It doesn't fade, it doesn't shame, because the silence wears your name. Yes, the silence wore your name, not loud, not bright, not needing fame, but in its hush I feel you near. In every breath you still appear. And if the world forgets your face, you'll still remain in every space. No need for sound, no need for claim, 'cause the silence wears your name. So let the quiet have its say, let it guide me on my way. For as long as hearts can break and mend, the silence will be your faithful friend.
You held my hand on that quiet hill. The world stood still, and time was still. The stars above had nothing to say, but the moonlight swore you'd never stray. Made our vows in whispered tones, built a kingdom of skin and bones. No fancy ring, no grand parade, just faith in the promises we made. And though the winds have changed their sound and some old dreams came crashing down, I still believe in where we stood, under that sky that understood. When the moon believed in us, every scar felt like it must lead to something true and wide, to a fire we couldn't hide. Even if the world moved on, that moment still shines strong, 'cause even stars lose light and rust, but the moon believed in us. We danced through storms with tangled feet, made love beneath the thunder wipe the rain off from my face. Say every storm has its grace. We didn't need the perfect lines, just broken clocks and borrowed time. Our love was never built to fade. It burned in every mess we made. Some nights I drive down that old lane, hoping to feel your touch again. And every shadow that I pass still flickers from our candles past. When the moon believed in us, even silence felt like trust. You and I against the tide, with nothing more than hearts as guide. I still hear the midnight breeze carving love in maple trees. And though the distance swells and bluffs, the moon believed in us. Now you're a voice in distant dreams, a light that breaks through silver beams. I chase your name in every breeze, in autumn leaves and symphonies. They said that love is made to die, but ours still lingers in the sky. Not every tale ends tied in gold. Some live on just by being told. Sometimes I sleep with your old shirt, pretending it still hides the hurt. And when I miss the way we talk, I walk our path and let thoughts walk. The moon still hangs in quiet grace, like it remembers your sweet face. I ask it softly, was it real? And feel the answer that I feel. 'Cause even though you're far from me, I keep you close in memory. And every glow the moonlight spills feels like your warmth upon my hills. When the moon believed in us, we didn't need much more than trust. No riches, fame, or fancy plans, just holding on with trembling hands. Even now when nights feel cold, your light is something I still hold. Through all the loss and all the dust, the moon believed in us. Yes, the moon believed in us, and I still feel its quiet hush, telling me you're not all gone. That love like ours keeps moving on. You live in stars, you breathe in air, you're every spark that lingers there. And even if we lost our touch, the moon believed in us. So I stand beneath that sky again, with the kind of ache that feels like when love is more than just a words, because the moon
You stood by the window, coat in hand. Autumn wind swept through the land. You didn't cry, you didn't smile. Just stared in silence for a while. The trees were shedding what they knew, like I was letting go of you. But hearts don't break with sudden sound. They fall like leaves without the ground. I begged the moment not to move, but time don't ask, it just proves that love can fade like evening light, even when we try to hold it tight. Falling leaves and final words, things we said never heard, soft goodbyes and scattered rain. You walked away, I held the pain, all the pages left unturned, all the bridges we both burned, still echo through the skies unheard, like falling leaves and final words. Your coffee cup was still half full. The record skipped, but it was beautiful. That song we swore was ours alone still plays each time I'm here alone. You said some love's just not enough, but ours was wild and deep and tough. I watched you fade like twilight's flame. Now every wind still speaks your name. They told me love should set you free, but I just wanted you with me. And now the silence owns this space where once I kissed your tear-stained face. Falling leaves and final words drift like echoes never heard. Every I love you we saved too late is written now in autumn's fade. I search the streets, I chase the breeze for memories clinging to the trees, but all that's left is pain that blurs, like falling leaves and final words. And maybe time will dull the sound of how your voice could calm me down. Maybe someday someone new will see the parts once claimed by you, but they won't know the jokes we shared or how you twirled your midnight hair. They'll never feel the way we fit or how we laughed or cried or split. Now every dusk feels just like then, like I could reach and find you again, but all I touch is cooling air and stories left too bare to care. I trace your name in window steam, hold on to pieces of a dream. Though I know you're not coming back, I still walk the path
once track. I light the fire and play our song, pretend you're just gone all day long. But the truth cuts in with sharper lines. That some love slips through hearts and time. Falling leaves and final words, crashing quiet love deferred. 1,000 moments left unsaid, now live like ghosts inside my head. You were my storm, my peace, my spark, the flame that lit my deepest dark. But now you're gone and all that stirs are falling leaves. And falling leaves and final words. Falling leaves and final words. Still dance in me, still feel absurd. Like poetry we left unspoken, or sacred things that just got broken. And though you've moved beyond my reach, our story's carved in every breach. Forever in my soul it wears like falling leaves and final words. And when the wind begins to blow, I hear your voice so soft, so slow. And I remember who we were through falling leaves and final words. You stood by the window, coat in hand. Autumn winds swept through the land. You didn't cry, you didn't smile, you just stared in silence for a while. The trees were shedding what they knew, like I was letting go of you. But hearts don't break with sudden sound, they fall like leaves without the ground. I beg the moment not to move, but time don't ask, it just proves that love can fade like evening light, even when we try to hold it tight. Falling leaves and final words, things we said and never heard, soft goodbyes and scattered rain. You walked away, I held the pain, all the pages left unturned, all the bridges we both burned still echo through the skies unheard, like fallen leaves and final words. Your coffee cup was still half full, the record skipped, but it was beautiful. That song we swore was ours alone still plays each time I'm here alone. You said some love's just not enough, but ours was wild and deep and tough. I watched you fade like twilight's flame, now every wind still speaks your name. They told me love should set you free, but I just wanted you with me. And now the silence owns this space where once I kissed your tear-stained face. Falling leaves and final words drift like echoes never heard. Every I love you we saved too late is written now search the streets, I chase the breeze for memories clinging to the trees. But all that's left is pain that blurs like fallen leaves and final words. And maybe time will dull the sound of how your voice could calm me down. Maybe someday someone new will see the parts once claimed by you, but they won't know the jokes we shared or how you twirled your midnight hair. They'll never feel the way we fit or how we laughed or cried or split. Now every dusk feels just like then, like I could reach and find you again. But all I touch is cooling air and stories left too bare to care. I trace your name in window steam, hold on to pieces of a dream. And though I know you're not coming back, I still walk the path we both once tracked. I light the fire and play our song, pretend you're just gone all day long. But the truth cuts in with sharper lines, that some love slips through hearts and time. Falling leaves and final words, crashing quiet love deferred, 1,000 moments left unsaid, now live like ghosts inside my head. You were my storm, my peace, my spark, the flame that lit my deepest dark. But now you're gone, and all that stirs are falling leaves and final words. Falling leaves and final words still dance in me, still feel absurd, like poetry we left unspoken, or sacred things that just got broken. And though you've moved beyond my reach, our stories carved in every breach, forever in my soul it wears like falling leaves and final words. And when the wind begins to blow, I hear your voice so soft, so slow, and I remember who we were through falling leaves and final words. She waited in the rain that night, underneath the broken light, holding all her hopes too tight for someone who had lost the fight. I should have called, I should have tried, but pride can be a place to hide, and love, it doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers and fades out. She wore that faded denim coat, the one I bought when we stayed afloat, before the silence filled the space where laughter used to have its place. I thought she'd move on, thought she'd forget, but time don't always heal regret. Some hearts are built to break and bend, and still believe in love again. She waited in the rain for me, like some old tragic melody. Her eyes were storms, her voice was grace. She wore forgiveness on her face. And I, a fool who came too late, still haunted by the twist of fate. She never cursed, she never blamed, she just waited in the rain. She knew the songs I never sang, the fears I hid, the dreams that rang. Through midnight talks and restless days, when love was loud in quiet ways. I chased the world, she chased the sky. I chased the thrill, she asked me why. But I was blind to all she gave, until I stood beside her grave. I knelt beneath that autumn tree, the same one where she kissed on me. And as the raindrops found my skin, I swore I'd never leave again. She waited in the rain for truth, for broken boys to find their youth, for all the things I failed to be. She gave her heart and set it free. And though I tried to turn around, I reached too late. She left this town. No final hug, no sweet refrain, just her waiting in the rain. Now every storm reminds me still of how she stood, how time stood still. And every puddle on the ground reflects the love I never found. She didn't ask for diamond rings, she loved me with the simplest things. A touch, a word, a gaze, a smile, but I was gone all the while. They say that love can heal the soul, but only if you pay the toll. And now I walk with empty hands, in search of where she used to stand. Some nights I feel her in the mist, in every breeze, in every twist. And if I could rewind the scene, I'd run to where she'd once been seen. But memories are all I own, and echoes of a gentle tone, of someone who had faith so wide. She stood in rain and never cried. just stood tall and drew me near. And now I chase the ghosts I made through years of silence, love delayed. I wear her name like a deep stain, 'cause she waited in the rain. She waited in the rain for me, for what I was too blind to see. Her soul was warm, her love was pure, her heart could take what I endured. And though the sky has dried above, I'll walk forever in her love. Her grace still falls in drops of pain, 'cause she waited